Hi, this is Cecilia from Tarot by Cecilia, and today is Monday, July 30th, 2018. The tarot card for today is the Knight of Swords. This one comes to us from my friend Paulina Cassidy from her Paulina Tarot. I'm sure many of you out there who collect tarot cards have at least one of her decks. She's one of the most popular tarot artists around. And, Knight of Swords. Let's talk about this for a minute, okay? We have not seen this card as the card of the day since November 5th of last year. To me, that's a big deal, all right? Now, when I describe this card, or I see it very often, and, you've heard me say this recently, and I try not to say anything off color, but this is basically like going through a shitstorm, okay? There's no two ways about it. It's like those obstacles that come up in life, things that just, can veer you off course, challenges that can come your way. I mean, yeah, we're in eclipse season. Mercury's retrograde. What can possibly go wrong? I mean, look, what are we up to right now? I think we have 6 retrograde planets, and we're waiting on Uranus to retrograde on August 7th, which is coming up pretty soon. And as we know, Uranus has been involved with this past eclipse, so there is a lot of that. I mean, Uranus just throws things at you that you could not have anticipated. Not to mention, Mars retrograde being right there with the eclipse. So I'm just gonna say anything is possible. There is no being prepared, okay? We'll backtrack for a second here, and we'll talk about the kind of things that you could have or should have done, maybe back before Mercury even went into shadow. Those kind of things, like take your car, get the oil changed, get the brakes checked, check your tires, that type of stuff. The more preventative things. And then, of course, I always discuss keeping a lighter schedule, because this kind of stuff comes up. This card shows up, and the obstacles are there. Sometimes it's like trying to navigate this maze of of an obstacle course, and that's kind of what this card can be about. But it's also about rising to the challenge, and you have to be a little bit careful here, because I think with the energies that are around, there is that impulsiveness that's there, that's not a good thing, that you need to attempt to avoid. So, I mean, after all, how much trouble can you get into during Mercury retrograde and eclipse season? Quite a bit, I imagine, especially if you act in a hasty manner. So keep all of that in mind. I have people message me all the time and ask me questions. I want to do this. I want to contact so-and-so. I want to say this to them. It's like, no, I wouldn't do that. All right? Don't provoke situations right now. Don't add fuel to the fire. Things that are going on. It's best to not initiate anything. It's best to just ride this out. Like I said, it's like a shitstorm full of obstacles. So, the best thing you can do is not to add to it and navigate whatever's coming towards you. This doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. I mean, you could have a hectic day at work and be like, oh, how am I going to get all this done? It could be any kind of a thing. It doesn't mean it's bad stuff or anything. It just means that it's like extra on your plate to figure out how to do, because you've got the re of Mercury retrograde, maybe making navigating a little bit more difficult, and all of those things going on. But this card also says you can do it. You can cut through the BS, and you can rise to the challenge, and you can overcome them and navigate them with ease. So I want to thank you all very much for listening. I'll see you here again tomorrow, and as always, have a great day.